There is a team in the NFL that just won the Super Bowl but acts like it's just getting started. And what's even more impressive is that its two biggest stars, one on offense and one on defense, are just warming up. On one side, an MVP who now wants to be a role model off the field. On the other, a generational talent who hasn't even reached his physical or technical ceiling yet. If you're an Eagles fan or just closely follow football, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, because what's happening in Philadelphia is a rare case of sustained excellence. Jalen Carter was simply the best player on the best defense in the NFL in 2024, and even with that status, he is still considered a young developing player by the Eagles' own defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. At just 24 years old, the defensive tackle already has achievements that many veterans can't even come close to. Super Bowl Leans champion, playoff standout, and a selection to the second All-Pro team, all in just his second season as a professional. But for Carter, that's still not enough. And it's precisely that mentality that makes him an increasingly feared name in the league's trenches. During the offseason, Carter made it clear that he doesn't want to compare himself to anyone, even while acknowledging the great names in the position like Dexter Lawrence and Chris Jones. I know who's good, I know who people value, but at the end of the day, I'm focused on myself. If my name comes up, great, but I'm just going to keep working, said the number 98, with the coolness of someone who already knows where he wants to go and how to get there. The turning point in his career came the last season when he was able to maintain a level of intensity that few believed was possible. From 600 snaps as a rookie, he jumped to 1,065 plays by the Super Bowl without losing explosiveness, technique, or decision-making ability in crucial moments. And if anyone doubts he can keep up this pace, Fangio was emphatic in recalling the two decisive plays in the win over the Rams in the playoffs. Those were his plays 68 and 69 of the game, and he finished as if he were just starting. That's the level of impact Jalen Carter already has, and yet the coordinator himself states that he can still improve, and a lot. This is frightening for opponents. Fangio explains that the focus now is to refine technical details, standardize fundamentals, and elevate consistency. The good thing about Jalen is twofold. He played very well in 2024, and he can still evolve a lot. That's rare. The issue of consistency is key. Carter has the physical attributes, strength, explosiveness, game reading, but the NFL elite demands technical excellence on every snap, and he knows this. There are still a lot of people ahead of me with more experience, more time in the league. I'm just working every day to get there, said the player, showing rare maturity for someone with only 2 years of career. And it's precisely this awareness that makes him one of the most valuable pieces on the Eagles roster. Carter is not dazzled. He understands his role, his responsibility, and above all, the weight of playing in a defense led by Vic Fangio, one of the most demanding and respected coaches in the NFL. The internal expectation is that 2025 will be the year Carter takes the definitive leap to the top of the position, possibly surpassing names like Quinnen Williams, Lawrence, and even Chris Jones himself. Now think about this. The Eagles have this kind of defensive talent, and on the other side of the ball, they have a quarterback coming off one of the most complete off seasons a player can have. If Carter represents the hunger on the field, Jalen Hurts is showing that off it. There is also much to win. Jalen Hurts is the face of the Philadelphia Eagles, MVP of Super Bowl Leans, the unquestionable leader of the locker room, and now a children's book author. Exactly. While many quarterbacks use the offseason to rest, travel, or just stay fit, Hurts decided to turn his story into an example. His book, Better Than a Touchdown, will be released in March 2026 and is already available for pre-order. A personal project that symbolizes much more than marketing. It is the extension of an athlete who understands the weight of his image. It was a dream of mine to write a book for children. I want to share the lessons I learned on my journey, show that it is possible to believe in yourself, declared Hurts in a video posted on the Eagles' social media, and he doesn't stop there. Besides being an author, Hurts has appeared on the covers of Sports Illustrated, Men's Health, and Time magazine, the latter placing him among the 100 most influential people in the world in 2025. All this after defeating Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, ending Kansas City's attempt to make history with an unprecedented three-peat. On the field, Hurts was impeccable. Off it, he became a symbol of resilience, representation, and discipline. He got got married during the offseason, intensified his social actions through the Jalen Hurts Foundation, and continues to be a constant presence at community events like the Eagles Autism Challenge. But those who think that life off the field is diverting the focus of the #1 jersey are mistaken. In the 2 times he spoke to the media during the spring, Hurts was direct in stating that he views this moment as a period of adjustments. According to him, his routine at the NovaCare complex has changed, yes, but that requires even more discipline. It's a maturation process. I always seek to improve that 1% more, said the quarterback. This commitment to detail is what separates the good from the great. Hurts knows that last season's success guarantees nothing for 2025, and even though he now has responsibilities that go beyond the field, like representing the franchise publicly and inspiring the next generation, he insists on keeping total focus on what happens between the lines. Eagles coaches have made it clear Hurts returned to training camp with the same spirit as in 2022, when he was trying to prove he deserved the starting spot. The difference is that now he carries a ring on his finger, the respect of the entire league, and the total confidence of the roster. The impact of his leadership is palpable. Players like Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, and rookie Raleek Brown have already highlighted how it is impossible not to follow Jalen in the locker room. With Hurts controlling the offense and Carter dominating the defensive side, the Eagles not only have a team ready to replicate the success of 2024, they have a structure of culture, professionalism, and focus that few franchises can sustain for more than one season. What's most dangerous for the rest of the league? Both are just getting started. The Philadelphia Eagles today are the clearest example of how to build a dynasty in the NFL. With Jalen Hurts leading on and off the field and Jalen Carter maturing to become the best defender in the league, the team has the 2 fundamental pillars: leadership and talent. More than just winning, the Eagles show consistency, long-term vision, and a culture of constant evolution. If the roster stays healthy, it's hard to imagine they won't return to the Super Bowl in February. Question for the fans: who will have the most decisive impact in 2025? Jalen Carter dominating the defensive line, or Jalen Hurts keeping the offense at the top of the NFL? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment your opinion down below, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything coming up with the Eagles heading towards another historic season. See you next time.